What's up, fellas? My name is Pluto. Welcome to my perfect survival Minecraft experience. As you can see behind me, Distant Horizons has taken the world by storm. The real life world anyway, and in Minecraft as well, and it's just inspired me to make a whole new experience for myself, and hopefully you guys will join me, and it'll be super epic awesome. Yeah, I need to get better at making YouTube videos. So anyway, Distant Horizons is out on beta with shaders, and it's obviously kind of what's thrown me into this spiral of inspiration for a new world. Unfortunately, it's not out on open release yet with all the rest of the other mods that I want, so we're starting the world out without Distant Horizons. I know it's kind of sad, but we're going to start without it, and it'll integrate into the world perfectly with the rest of my other mods, and it's going to be perfect. I mean, just look at this. I can't get enough. I just can't wait. But yeah, we already started the world. You're going to see some footage in this episode. Mostly me just talking over it, kind of giving the lay of the land, and telling you guys what rules I'm going to abide by in this world to kind of give myself some restriction. And yeah, we're just going to get right into it. Hope you guys enjoy. So here we are at the home screen, just getting ready to start the world right now. This is edited pre-recorded footage of me playing the game, just starting up the world, and I'm talking over it because if I start talking over me playing the game while I'm playing the game, it's hard. I'll get so distracted. Like if I start to get really into the game, I'll just start wandering all over the place in my conversation to the screen, and it's just it goes in circles and circles. So this is me talking over the footage, and I'll try not to look at the footage too much so I won't get distracted. Anyway, so this series is aimed at kind of a perfect balance between the freedom in the infinite possibilities of Minecraft and a little bit of order. And there's a perfect balance that we're aiming to achieve here in this series. It's going to be very vanilla-esque. Most like any other survival series, it's going to be a Let's Play style where you just watch me do basic tasks. I mean, exploration, farming. Obviously, I'll do off-camera mining, but all of the really fun, actiony stuff is going to be the primary focus of these videos, and hopefully, it comes through as being entertaining. So I have a little bit of a rough script here. I'm not going to go like super precisely on it, but I just want to talk about a few things because this world is going to be a little different than most. It's my perfect take on survival Minecraft. Some things about it, the guidelines that I'm going to set, you might agree with. You might be interested to see what happens when I do these things. I don't know, but I want you guys to be aware. So, let's talk about some of the mods in this mod pack to start off. So, obviously vanilla Minecraft has no mods, but this world does. So let's talk about them. In terms of the building blocks of the world, like the world generation, the big three, I guess there are two, but the big world generation mods are Terralith and Tectonic. I didn't go with Terraforged because it's too big. I've played a lot of testing worlds where it it feels dull to play in Minecraft, especially early game. It's just the same biome for hours and hours and hours. Granted, it looks amazing with Distant Horizons, but without that aesthetic right now in our mod pack, not very lucrative. So we're going with Terralith and Tectonic. Still looks amazing. These added mods on top of vanilla mods in the Terralith are great. No new blocks are added by Terralith, just new mods. They all look great, so that's good world generation right there. And along with that, Create is in this mod pack. That could end up being the primary focus of this world. It's a very cut and dry survival, but what am I saying? No, it's not, because it's modded, but Create is going to be a big part of it, because I'm a mechanic in real life. I've been playing with redstone and all that since before I was born, so it's kind of it makes up the fiber of my being, so to speak. So I kind of need something a little bit with moving parts, makes stuff really interesting to me. So that's part of the world generation a little bit, because there's some ores that kind of go along with the ore generation, obviously. So, but I'm also going to be building buildings. I've been getting better at building just regular buildings with no moving parts in it. Like recently, it's kind of hard for me because there's nothing going on, but just regular building, like, you know, cottages and farmhouses, barns, huts, tree houses. I'm trying to get better at that, because, you know, that's the stuff that kind of fuels imagination, is the kind of bare architecture of the of all the kind of moving parts anyway. So we're gonna get better at that in this world. Yeah. So another really important thing about this mod pack, on top of the world generation, we have a little bit of mods that change the progression. Big one is called End Remastered. It changes how you get to the end game, meaning killing the Ender Dragon and getting your Elytra, which is way more balanced now with that mod. I'll get into it as I explain it in this series, but it's, you know, you might have seen speed runs on Minecraft. It's ridiculous. The process of getting to the end game, it should be something tedious. I mean, it's not supposed to be tedious because it has a bad derogatory meaning, but, you know, it's supposed to be a little bit more challenging, and it makes you feel better about yourself for doing some challenging things. So that's in there. Additionally, the other kind of mods that change the vanilla experience are related to monsters, and it's not over the top like the cave dweller. It's just it changes how zombies and creepers especially work. It's for the better. It's a little bit more challenging, a little bit more fun. No harm in a little bit of challenge. So that'll be that. There's a little bit more animals as well, but that kind of gets into the section I'm talking about with the aesthetics of the game, and the extra animals, the sounds, the kind of new combat system. It's all aesthetic. I mean, it changes nothing about how you play the game. Like as you can see right now, I'm just using the new combat system. It's nothing groundbreaking. It looks better. There's nothing else to say. It makes the world a little bit more immersive. So nothing bad about that. So as I was saying before, the kind of freedom that comes in this game. I mean, Minecraft is made for the people who want to experience the the feeling of having infinite possibilities at your fingertips, and that's great. And I think for most people, you can be satisfied with the difficulty of survival Minecraft vanilla, and that's perfectly okay. But I've been playing this game for a long time. I'm sure a lot of you guys have too. Um, and you'll know what I'm talking about when I say once you get netherite tools with mending, you get your elytra, and you get your golden carrots, and you get all of your villagers with all of your enchanting books that you'll ever need. There's no point almost. It's like it becomes creative mode. You know what I'm saying? Like when you hit that point of having your tools, the progression hits a plateau, and then you're stuck at kind of this this level of creative mode where nothing's threatening you. There's nothing kind of incentivizing anything. It's all just coming straight from your imagination. You're just doing it just because you want to. Again, some people like that, but I like doing things with a purpose. I like something motivating me outside my own superstition, and yeah, I like to do things without just kind of freehanding in a drawing book. Something's gotta give me a reward. That's how I like it. So that's what these mods aim to do. A little bit of progression changes, and here are some rules that I'm going to talk about right now that are going to add a little bit more order to the infinite freedom, right? So, starting off, rule number 1, seasons. Let me get into seasons a little bit. So, in this world, there are going to be seasons that you can visually experience by seeing the colors in the world. And the colors in the world do change every season. Big shocker. But they also change how you play. And this is a mod, by the way. This isn't some coded thing. Big shocker. It's a mod in a mod pack. But what's going to happen with these seasons, though, is that I'm going to set a game rule for the season to last as long as it would in real life. Yeah. That's quite different than most worlds I've seen before on YouTube, and I don't know. I'm trying to see how this would play out. I've done a lot of testing. I've done a different survival world where I've played through 2 complete seasons, meaning half a full year in real life, and it was fun because what happens is after a full season in real life, and that real life date hits in real life, and you in Minecraft you experience the new season change. It's I don't know. There's no other feeling like it. It's something you experience in real life as a human being, and it's very immersive if you have that kind of in your euphoric Minecraft experience. So that's how I like it, and that's how we're gonna play this world as well. One thing to add, and this is kind of big. After every season, at the end of every season, whatever base I've been living at, building a giant village or city or cliffside mansion, whatever it might be that I've been living at for that season, I dip out. I leave the base that I was living at, and I migrate over the season. And into the new season, I will start off with nothing in my inventory at all. So, yeah, that kind of makes this world a little bit hardcore-esque. And call me crazy, but I like it. I've played it that way a couple times, so it's fun. And again, what this aims to do is changes the way you play. It motivates you because you have to finish your project before the next season starts. And I don't know if any of you guys have ever played a live service game. A big example in my head is Destiny. But when a new season launches in that game, or live service games, the feeling of it's a new season launching, there's new content. It's the same. It makes the game interesting and it keeps you there longer. And building a new base is that kind of new content, and it kind of accelerates your progression because you have to get to the end game and get all your good tools a little bit quicker if you want to build a bigger project. You could build a big project with iron tools, but I don't know, it adds a little bit more challenge again. And one more thing is, so you might be wondering, why don't I just make a new Minecraft world after every season? Good question. So I think here's something that I'm experimenting with. Two reasons. So one is it's the same world, so I can keep playing it, and the same series will continue on as I make videos, and it won't be a different world every time, and it'll be a different series every time. You guys can just keep watching. I intend to make it at least a year in this world, so 4 seasons sounds pretty good. But why don't I make a new world? Well, the answer is, as you leave your base and you explore, you leave the area, you go to a new area, it adds lore to the world. It's kind of like you're telling a story. It's like, okay, you leave and you start something new, and say you ever go exploring in that new season, where your imagination kind of kicks in is you can look at that new experience, and you can look at your old experience, and it'll be like real story. It's like a real story that you've told in your past, and it's lore in your world by default. So lore is just another one of those things that kind of adds life to your world, and it's not a bad thing. So pretty good stuff. I think it'll be really fun. So I haven't decided yet if I want to reset the nether and end after every season. I'll probably figure that out later. But yeah, seasons. Rule number 1. Okay, that's the first rule about this world. Rule number 2. No mending. Okay? Mending screws up progression in Minecraft. If you've played Minecraft before, you know what I'm talking about. When mending was added, I was instantly overcome with dopamine, and I loved that I never had to go mining for diamonds ever again. But when you think about it, that's kind of depressing. So, I could talk about mending forever. I hate it. I hate it so much. But it's self-explanatory. Okay, just it adds a little bit more challenge. It keeps you wanting to go back into that mine that you spent an hour making look good, and it makes sense. Okay, so no mending. Adds life, it adds purpose. I've done it before. It's not too bad. Okay, so if I see mending, if I find mending anywhere, I'll just keep it. I'll throw it away. Okay, I'm not gonna keep it. I'll chuck it around. somewhere where I can't get it again. Alright, so that's rule number 2. And finally, rule number 3 kind of just adheres to the play style that I'm going to go through. It doesn't change anything really that much, but rule number 3 is things have to be realistic, and it's not going to be like to the T realistic. It's just going to be like no floating no floating trees, no floating houses. I think most people can get on board with that. Like no one likes a floating tree in their world. Like, yeah, it's a no-brainer. There's a couple mods that help with this, and another kind of guideline that goes into this rule is that most times when I'm going to be building a base, I'm going to choose from a block palette that'll actually make sense. Like the block names will be realistic. Like if, say, I want to build like a castaway island kind of base later on, which I might actually, I'll choose tropical blocks like bamboo or palm tree wood, leaves. I don't know, obviously it can use a lot of rocks. I mean, who's picky about rocks anyway? If it's a futuristic build, concrete, you know, a lot of glass. Stuff's just gonna make sense, and it's gonna feel more robust of a build, and it's not robust, but it's like it's more immersive. Again, getting back to the immersion factor, it makes it so much more fun to play because you've done it in a way that makes sense, and it keeps you living the dream. Think of it as like a lucid dream. The first thing that doesn't make sense wakes you up, right? We don't want to be waking up. That's silly. We want to stay in the dream for as long as possible. No, I don't have issues with the real world, and I'm trying to feel my second life in Minecraft. That might be partially true, but hey, if you guys are here to enjoy it with me, then there's a good excuse to keep doing it. So, yeah, those are the 3 rules, and honestly, I think that's all I wanted to talk about. These graphics, the aesthetic part of this mod pack is just, it looks amazing, especially in the Distant Horizons beta, the creative worlds that I've been in, testing out Distant Horizons. It's breathtaking. It's breathtaking, and if you haven't seen anything on Distant Horizons, I mean, you'll see it here in this world when it launches with the rest of the mods compatibility, and I recommend going and seeing Flow State's review, Asian Half Squat's performance testing on it. I mean, whatever, Distant Horizons, you've got to check it out. If you like Minecraft, Java, survival, creative, either one, I mean, just check it out. It's night and day. Like, if I had Distant Horizons turned on right now in this world, you'd be able to see the other side of this gigantic ocean. And you could see the coast like a mile away. It's crazy. It's obviously fueling my video game addiction. But it's so cool, so it's fine. And yeah, these videos, there's gonna be some parts where I just geek out on the graphics, but I'm not gonna like make it all about just really calm, relaxing gameplay. obviously the way I move around is very ADHD. Like I snap my mouse to the left and right and move in and out between menus because I've been playing this game so long. But I'm also just very hyper. And I have a lot of energy, so hopefully that doesn't mess you guys up with your in your mind and make you go insane. I don't really care if it does, but it's just it's fun for me. So yeah, I mean, I got a new graphics card for this world, the 3080 Ti. It's been working pretty good. I've done a creative testing world running create a little bit of create inventions testing with shaders and distant horizons. It's not terrible. It's not as bad as I thought it was. So hopefully when I start making like in-depth conveyor belt systems with factories, it won't be as bad. And if it gets that bad, then I'll turn off distant horizons when I'm close to my create inventions, and it'll be alright, and I can keep the shaders on the whole series. That would be amazing. But we'll have to do what we gotta do. I mean, I'm in this for the long haul. I've been playing Minecraft for the long haul anyway, so I'll adapt. I'll do what it takes to adapt this mod pack and improve it as time goes on. But I think that's going to be it for this episode. Next episode, I'm actually going to be talking during myself playing the game, so see you guys in the next episode. Look at those fish. Yeah, but I'm so excited. I have a lot of big ideas. Very, very excited. Alright. Hope you guys enjoyed this. I'll see you in the next episode. See you, fellas.